Yet again, welcome back. I'm still blessed and honored to still be the host of this SimieRainz TV. It is a TV. If you're looking at the screen and you see my face, please take that as a greeting. Today, I am with someone. She'll tell you who she is. And it's just a video to give you a background of this company. We'll just talk about it just now. So, hey.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Wongela Sibisi. I am the marketing officer for Adams Booksellers. Adams Booksellers, everyone knows, is KZN's oldest book selling store. Yeah, basically that's who I am. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come when you knocked at your doors, where you opened it for us and allowed us to do a video. So the first question that I want us to get into is how you're able to cope on this COVID-19 thing as a business, because you know the government keeps on shutting down and opening back up. So how are you going about on these whole things?
It's been really difficult, I think, since 2020 April.
Yes.
It's been really difficult to see like a downsizing with the company. We've had to regroup, re-strategize in a lot of ways, because foot traffic, people aren't coming into stores, everything now has moved online. So as a company that's been around for say 150 years plus, we've had to try and move with the times and try to move into the online space and try to get as much business as we can with the little that's going on right now in the world. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So with you having to move into this fourth industrial revolution thing going online, were there any employees who had to be retrenched?
Yes, we've seen a restructuring. We've had to close about three branches.
Oh.
Yes, we've had to close 3 branches in say a space about half a year. So we've had to close 3 branches. So we only have 4 branches. We have 1 branch here in Central Durban. We have 1 in Westall. We have another one in Pietermaritzburg and 1 in Joburg. So yeah, so we've had to look at restructuring again. So people's jobs were affected. It's not just because of the online space. We were looking at moving onto online, so we just had to do it at a faster pace because of the situation. Yeah.
So what about that paycheck?
What about the paycheck?
You know, there had to be some changes in that too.
Yeah, that I have no say on.
Yeah, no problem. I know there are people at home like, really want to know about that paycheck. She don't want to tell us, but it's all cool. So another thing I want to know, knowing that you are a well-known business, let's say for someone who is an author sitting at home, I don't know which doors he or she should knock at. Do you give opportunities to people like those?
No, definitely. We are literally the only bookstore that has a thing called on consignment. So basically, when as a person at home and you have a book, you can literally knock on Adam's bookseller's door and say, I have a book and I want to sell it. So on consignments, basically, we allow you for a period of 6 months. We stock your book free of charge here in store, and we try by all means to help you sell the book and see how it's moving. So we also do like launches. We have again several stores, so your book is there. You get an opportunity of exposure, and possibly you can end up being a bestseller.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But now that I do, I might consider being the author.
Yeah, basically I'm the guy to speak to.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm an author. I mean, my book is called we'll get into that.
No, definitely you can submit a book, but it does go through a lot of review processes, because we have standard procedures that we need to go through, because we also submit for libraries, which is again a good opportunity if you are a local author.
But then, what about a person who has nothing, who just has a computer at home, who just types on Word?
Yeah.
Like a person like that will end up saying, you know what, so I have no opportunities. Let me just give up on it.
No, definitely don't. There's e-publishing SA. E-publishing SA is a good platform where you can do a lot of research. They basically put you step by step with the whole publishing process. We are not a publishing company. We are just a bookseller. But if you had to come here, I would give you direction as to how you need to go about, because we do have several people that assume that we would know and we should know. But Publishing SA basically is the platform for you to go to. They give you a step-by-step as to how to go about it, from isabu computer yako to getting like an ISBN number and to how to sell it into store.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's really intriguing.
Yeah.
And also people do read books. I myself do read a book.
Yes, definitely hashtag books matter. I think if you got, I would take off my jacket at the end to see the hashtag that we have on our uniforms, because we do believe that books matter.
They really do. As a matter of fact, I never studied English in school. I studied English in my home language, if you know what I mean. And that happened to affect me towards the end of the year in matric, because I had to ask myself questions like, okay, let's say I happen to take a gap year, where am I going to go to?
Yeah.
And things like, okay, if I were to go and look for a job, I'd have to do an interview.
Definitely.
How? With isiZulu. In this country, we have diverse people and diverse languages.
Definitely.
11 official languages. So in order for me to accommodate everyone, I have to speak the common language, which is what English. So I had to go back to the books and try to study and read. So I had to inform myself.
Yeah.
And I see the importance of reading books. If you don't, you're really missing out.
Definitely.
And you really have to be informed. Inform yourself. You know, reading a book is very important, because at some point.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay, it's not a problem. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted
By the landline.
We are talking about the importance of reading books. That I also happen to read books. Oh, I'm a poet, by the way. I write poems, which is something I really got into last year, around April. The idea of me having to write poems, it started way back. It started in grade 11, but I got like onto it literally in last year, around May. But it's not what we're gonna get into a lot that much. Another question that I want to ask is, so how often do you get like people who buy in bulks, or do you usually get people who come and say, let me just get a book? So basically my question is, the revenue, are you able to generate revenue knowing that here in people who are, you know, our skin color are not too much on books? I mean, let's be factual.
Yeah. No, it's another thing to remember is that we, as much as we are a bookseller, we do provide services for other people. So as corporations, we have Toyota as a client, we have Transnet as a client, we have KZN government as a client. So those people supply other people. So those people would buy also in bulk. It's not only just walk-in customers. We also, not only books, but we deal in stationery, school stuff. So it's a variety of it all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's amazing. Okay, last question I want to ask. You know, this looting thing that happened, people are like saying, you know, they looted everything, but except for, you know, books, because they don't see the importance of books.
I mean, prior the looting, we've had a few break-ins. We were just lucky enough this time that we had upped security. Luckily enough, at least like 2 weeks before the looting. So we did see an attempt for people trying to get into the store, but luckily enough, nothing was taken or the store was left unharmed.
So still what? Paper?
I mean, we are still in front of computers.
Oh,
there's a lot of
computers.
things. We also have stationery
Oh,
specializes.
another crazy thing. The people who are breaking in, it's not the people who are well informed. It's the people who need the books. They'll pass the books and go take the computer to sell it with what? Peanuts. I mean, we can talk and not finish. But I really appreciate you giving me your time and the opportunity to come and talk to you. It's really amazing to be given this opportunity, and please know that I'm not taking it for granted, and don't forget me, I'm writing that book now. I really am.
No, definitely. Thank you guys for approaching Adam's Booksellers. Thank you for coming to us. Again, a reminder that we are KZN's oldest bookstore, so we're keeping alive and thriving throughout COVID and everything else. So yeah.
And for you to keep on surviving throughout these whole things that are happening, because you know, future is uncertain, so we can never be sure. And we're really sorry for the people who lost their jobs. You know, it's the system that is going on in the country, and we have to be safe. That's really important, okay? And please go visit Adam's book. It's the oldest
bookstore, bookseller. Yes, visit us. We are four branches: one Durban, one in KZ, one in Pietermaritzburg, one in Johannesburg. We are also online, adamsbooks.co.za.
Okay, thank you so much. One last question: can I come and work for you? I mean, I can just
work for me.
Yeah, work for the company.
We just spoke about restructuring and
I mean,
retrenchment.
I know. Just we'll talk about it later. But I mean, I can just come and change a few things up and just. I can even stand at the door and hold the book and read it.
No, actually, always drop in a CV, because we do take temps every beginning of the year, because we have like a back to school rush, and so those peak season with stationery and books. Your first semester, second semester, back to school. We're always looking for temps.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. SimieRainz, Rain in the Nature of Life. Thank you.